Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Solti's Opera Boxes, number 3. And number 3 is the Richard Strauss box, which is really juicy. I think this is probably the strongest of them all. It has no bad performances at all. In fact, it doesn't even have any weak performances. You know, opera conducting, let's not kid ourselves, is really about the singers, less the conductor. But Strauss's operas are symphonic. You need to have a conductor who can move things along. I mean, you're not going to be plumbing the, sublime depths of anything exactly, but they're big orchestras, they're very complex accompaniments, and he got great singers. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This is amazing, some of the stuff in here. Let's see what we have, shall we? Let's take a look. I mean, it's really wonderful. You get, let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 operas plus like other goodies. And, oh boy, major Strauss operas too. We start with, I guess these are sort of alphabetical. Ariadne auf Naxos, is that what we've got here? Yeah, oh no, Arabella, pardon me, then Ariadne. Now, Arabella, this is a wonderful performance of a lousy opera. We've talked about Arabella before. Strauss got the libretto from Hofmannsthal, and it was the last libretto Hofmannsthal did before he died. And out of faithfulness to his friend, Strauss didn't change anything. He set the whole text. And in addition to which, it wasn't a text. I mean, the story was, it's the Rosenkavalier light is what it is. It's an unfortunate text. It's about Arabella's family is trying to auction her off to the highest bidder because they need money. All of Strauss's operas are about this sort of middle class or poor aristocracy money grabbing obsession. It's really kind of like, I don't know, unpleasant. And mostly in Arabella, but this is, what a cast. You've got Lisa Della Casa as Arabella, and Hilde Gudin as Decca, and George London, and Anton der Moda, and Otto Edelman, and Ira Milaniuk. This was recorded, let's see, with the Vienna Phil and the Vienna Staatsoper. This is in the 50s, right? Right after like in the recovery period from World War II. And it's wonderful. It's a classic version. It's never been bettered. I mean, it's been recorded a couple times since then, but it's really quite wonderful. Then we get, wait a minute here, things get even juicier. Next we get, what is this? We're still in Arabella. I'm stuck with Arabella. Okay, hang on a minute. There we go. Ariadne auf Naxos. Yes, the other A. And this is a very good Ariadne also. It hasn't gotten as much sort of press as the Kempo or the Carillon or some of the others, but it's nothing wrong with it. Good heavens. You've got Tatiana Troyanos is a fabulous composer, Edita Gruberova is Zerbinetta, and Leontine Price is the prima donna. It was one of her better Strauss roles. And it's just René Collo as Bacchus, and the opera itself is very highly stylized. It may not be the best suited for Solti's sort of muscular brand of conducting. There's not a lot of places where you're going to be like ridiculously exciting, but it does move. It's a very conversational piece, especially the first act. And so, it's perfectly fine. So then we've got Elektra. Well, this Elektra is a classic Elektra. It's iconic. It's Regina Resnick, Birgit Nielsen, Marie Collier, Gerhard Stolze, Tom Krause, and all of those people. And my God, it's amazing. Oh, look. And here's Birgit Nielsen in costume with her axe. There she is, ready to chop her mother in half, and quite believably so. I wonder what she was holding that for. Yeah, I mean, she was, rehearsing. And then we've got, let's see. Oh, wow. Look at this one. We have Die Frau ohne Schatten. Now, I think this is Strauss's greatest opera. I really do. It's got everything that Strauss should have. It's got a huge, ridiculously huge orchestra. It's got an absolutely absurd text. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's noisy. It's crazy. It's completely meaningless. it's based on the concept of the magic flute, which is meaningless to begin with. And so it can only get better from there, right? And it's so much fun. And this was the cast where, this is the famous recording where they supposedly had the Savalas recording, which had come out just before. And they were listening to that saying, we're going to do better, spot by spot. We're doing better. And the cast is Placido Domingo, Julia Varady, Reinhild Runkel in the impossible role of the nurse, trying to sing it. It's like unsingable. It's nuts. And Hildegard Behrens is Barak's wife. And Barak is, Jose Van Damme, and Sumi Jo is, luxury casting, the voice of the Falcon. All she goes is fweep, 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 fweep. And it's just amazing. It's a huge cast of people. And the playing of Vienna Phil is amazing. And the sonics are great. And it's just terrific. It's the logical successor to the classic Carl Böhm version. And of course, this one is completely uncut, which is a benefit. Because you want to hear the whole thing on disc. You really do. Frankly. Then we've got the Rosenkavalier with Regine Crespin and Manfred Jungwirth, and Yvonne Minton is Octavian. And Sophie is Helen Donat, and Emmy Luce is here. Wow, look at that. As the landlady. And Marie Dickey and all those people. And this is Arlene Auger is one of the three noble orphans. Pavarotti comes trucking on to do as the Italian singer. Again, it's a luxurious production with the Vienna Phil, and it's beautiful, and it's fine, and it's, people have their preferences as regards the various singers. Who do you want to do the Marshall in and whatnot? But I have no problem with Regine Crespin. I doubt you do either. So that's fun. Then we get Salome. Oh, Salome. Another iconic recording with Birgit Nilsson and Grace Hoffman as Herodias and Gerhard Stolze as Herod and Eberhard Wechter and Waldemar Kment and Josephine Vesey and oh goodness, what could be more fun than Birgit Nilsson as Salome? It had the most fabulous record cover ever, the one where she's crawling around like that, that campy Salome costume thing. It was really great. It's just great. It was a Kulshar production. It was multi-mic to the nines. It's brilliant and amazing. I just wish there were more tam-tams at the end, but who's complaining? And then we get the bonus CD. We have Elektra excerpts with Crystal Goltz and Elizabeth Hongen and Ferdinand Franz with the Bavarian State Orchestra, and the four last songs with Kiri Takanawa and the Vienna Phil. That's not too shabby, even though she was a bit past her prime. And the Daphne closing scene with Renee Fleming and the LSO. So, is there anything not to like in this series of Strauss operas? I don't think so. Is it still available? Probably not. Who knows? But there it is. Solti at his very, very best. He was very friendly with Strauss because at the end of World War II, Solti was put in charge of the Munich Opera, and Strauss was, of course, living there. And apparently they got on quite well, and Strauss was very supportive, and Solti never forgot that. And so he always treated these operas with love and respect, and you can tell. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.